The interplay between a country's terms of trade, ToT, its size, and its resulting welfare is a fundamental concept in international economics. Intuitively, it boils down to a single question: how much market power does the country have? 1. Terms of trade and welfare. The direct link. The terms of trade, ToT, are defined as the ratio of a country's export prices, PX, to its import prices, PM. Intuitive welfare effect, buying power. An improvement in a country's ToT means its export prices have risen relative to its import prices, or import prices have fallen relative to its exports. Favorable ToT implies higher welfare. A country is better off because it can purchase more imports for every unit of exports it sells. Essentially, its exports have a greater purchasing power in the international market, leading to an increase in real national income and a higher possible level of consumption and welfare. Analogy: you sell your product exports for a higher price, while the cost of the goods you buy imports stays the same or drops. You're simply wealthier. Deteriorating ToT implies lower welfare. The country is worse off because it must export more units to purchase the same amount of imports. 2. Country size, the determinant of market power. A country's size, specifically its economic size relative to the world market, determines its ability to influence the global prices of the goods it trades, which is crucial for its ToT. A. The small country case. A small country is one whose trade volume is so small that changes in its exports or imports have no perceptible effect on global prices. It is a price taker. Intuition. Imagine a single individual buying coffee in a large global market. Their purchase doesn't affect the world price of coffee. ToT implication. Since a small country takes world prices as given, its ToT is fixed by external market forces. It cannot improve its ToT through policy like imposing a tariff. If a small country imposes a tariff, it only raises the domestic price of imports for its own consumers, leading to a welfare loss due to distorted consumption and production, with no gain from a better ToT. B. The large country case. A large country is one whose trade volume is significant enough that changes in its trade do affect world prices. It has market power. Intuition. Imagine a major oil producer reducing its exports. The reduced global supply will cause the world price of oil to rise. ToT implication. A large country can improve its ToT through strategic policy. For example, if it imposes a tariff on imports, the tariff reduces the country's demand for the imported good. The drop in demand is significant enough to push down the world price of that import. Since the country's import prices, PM, fall, its ToT improves. 3. The combined effect on welfare. The key conclusion is that the relationship between ToT, size, and welfare is defined by a country's ability to manipulate its ToT. Country size, market power, ability to improve ToT via tariffs, welfare effect of tariff. Small, none, price taker. None, welfare loss, only causes domestic distortion. Large, significant, yes, can lower PM. Closing parenthesis. Potential welfare gain, if ToT gain outweighs domestic distortion. For a large country, the welfare gained from the improved ToT, called the terms of trade gain, can potentially outweigh the welfare lost from the domestic inefficiency caused by the tariff, leading to a net welfare improvement. This justifies the concept of the optimal tariff, a tariff rate that maximizes a large country's welfare. In summary, country size grants market power, which allows a country to strategically manipulate its terms of trade, and a better terms of trade is a direct source of higher national welfare.